Opinion. A person's own feeling or thought about something. You should voice your opinion more often. We sought another opinion. He shared his opinion with me. She asked for my opinion. My family has shaped my opinions.
She holds a high opinion of you.
Our opinions differ. I formed my opinion early. Do you want my honest opinion? They took an opinion poll. She writes an opinion piece for the Sunday paper. Her personal opinion is important to me. Public opinion is in his favor. There is a divided opinion in the city. In my honest opinion, she's right. She has a low opinion of me. The popular opinion has changed. You should get a second opinion. In my opinion, you were wrong. What is your opinion of her?
Otherwise, in a different way. He never thought otherwise. She pretended otherwise. She was otherwise engaged. He is an otherwise intelligent guy. The food was otherwise excellent.
Pair. Two of the same things, two people or things that go together. Those two make a great pair. The wine glasses come in matching pairs. She bought an identical pair of shoes. I can't find a clean pair of socks. They make a happy pair. I can't find a pair of socks. The children walk together in pairs.
Pair. To put into groups of two. The students were told to pair up for the school trip. Girls and boys were paired together.
Payment. The amount of money given for services. We need your prompt payment. There will be a fee for late payments. We need the full payment by the end of this month. We make monthly payments on the loan. We have been making regular payments to the credit card company. We made a down payment on the house. We made the final payment on our house. Our credit card payment is high. Please make a payment as soon as possible. The bank has authorized the payment. We arranged to make partial payments. Will you accept partial payment? We received the payment in the mail. We stopped payment on the lost check. He refused our payment. We delayed payment until the job was completed. The credit card company demanded payment in full. We cannot afford the monthly payments anymore. The lender increased our mortgage payments. We are on a payment plan. He received payment for the job. She finally received payment from her delinquent customers. We only accept payment in cash. Plus. In addition to. The house for sale has 3 bedrooms plus a den and playroom. I live with my family plus 2 dogs and a cat. I added 2 plus 2. I'm paying the principal amount plus the interest. How much is the total plus tax?
Plus. In addition. I like vegetables, plus they're good for you. I like concerts in the park, plus they are free. I enjoy going to school, plus I get to see my friends. I enjoy bike riding, plus it's good exercise.
Plus. Something helpful or nice to have. The apartment is small, but having a swimming pool is a plus. The house is old, but being close to school is a plus. Since I have a dog, having a big yard is a plus. Being able to work part-time while my children are in school is a plus.
Press. Newspapers or magazines. A machine for printing newspapers or magazines. The press is censored by the government. Did you alert the press? The press covered the incident all day. That actor gets a lot of bad press. The newspaper goes to press in the early morning. Did you see the press release? He spoke at the press conference. There has been a lot of press coverage. The press report was short. He invited the press corps. This country has free press. The foreign press covered the incident. The printing press was a great invention. I read about him in the press.
Press. To push. To persuade. To iron. I pressed his shirts. He pressed the button. Don't press your luck. They were pressed closely together. She pressed her hands gently on his shoulder. You have to press the doorbell hard. Press down on the gas pedal. He pressed his hands together. She neatly pressed his shirts. She pressed for another try. He pressed his body against the door. She pressed her hands into the wet clay.
Reality. The situation that actually exists in real life. You can't ignore reality. The movie captures the reality of living on the streets. You need to understand the reality of the situation. She needs a reality check. Reality TV is very popular. Homelessness is a harsh reality. Unemployment is a daily reality to some people. In reality, I don't know. The reality of the situation is unknown. Remain. To stay. It still remains a problem. The situation remained unresolved for many years. He remained calm even through the chaos. Please remain seated. Please remain standing. Everyone evacuated the city, but they remained behind with their pets. He remained nervous until the election was over. There is hardly any money remaining in the bank account.
Represent. To act or speak for someone else. He is representing the defendant. He is representing our client. We were represented by an attorney. This discovery represents a milestone for us. He represents a danger to us all. We need a mayor who truly represents our interests. They lost the case because they were poorly represented. Can he legally represent us?
Responsibility. A duty to fully take care of something. He's having a hard time handling his responsibilities. We have many responsibilities at home. He is trying to avoid responsibility. You must accept your responsibility. He claimed responsibility for the accident. He couldn't take the responsibility. Having children is a big responsibility. She has a legal responsibility to her children. What is your main responsibility at work? I take full responsibility of the project's failure. We have joint responsibilities with the children. The teacher has a responsibility to her students. The hospital has a responsibility for quality care. Ride. To go somewhere in a vehicle. To sit on an animal as it moves. I like to ride horses. We rode the subway to the city. He rode the elevator to the top floor. She can ride a skateboard well. We rode several miles to get there. Can we ride along? He rode off in anger. I rode around all night. They saw us ride past. I rode with my friends. I rode on the bike. We rode in the car. We rode from the village. We rode up the street.
Ride. A way of traveling in a car or on an animal. A large machine at an amusement park that people go on for fun. Just try to enjoy the ride. We should go for a ride on our bicycles. He asked for a ride from his friend. I gave her a ride to work. I have a ride to school. I went on a roller coaster ride. We took our daughter for a camel ride. He went for a short bike ride. We had a rough ride. The plane ride was short. We took a ride from him. We took a ride in the car. We took a ride to the beach.
Savings. The amount of something not being used or spent. The company's savings were huge. The potential savings are substantial. We will have to use part of our retirement savings. I don't have any savings. It is time to invest our savings. The couple lost their savings in the stock market. The redesign can offer savings in gas costs. How can we make additional savings? The major savings come from reduced costs. We have special savings for our active members. There were big savings from reducing labor costs. Our company made major savings in labor costs. We had an annual savings of 10%. Do you have a savings account?
Secret. Something that is kept hidden from others. I have a big secret. She kept a dark secret for many years. I shared my deep secrets with him. Can you keep a secret? I have a big secret. We found out about the secret. How did the secret get out? We shared our innermost secrets. His decision remained a secret. They planned the party in secret. He knows a little secret about his family. I will not keep any secrets from you.
Secret. Kept hidden from others. The meeting is secret. The surprise will stay secret until tomorrow. Please keep this secret. The information is top secret. They have very secret meetings. He kept things secret from his parents. The secret door is behind the wall. She is part of the secret police. They were having a secret affair. He is a secret agent. She has a secret admirer. He was caught on a secret camera. He stole the secret document. She found the secret recipe. Situation. An event that affects people or things, the condition of a time and place. She described the general situation. I don't want to travel in the current international situation. We discussed a hypothetical situation in class. I was afraid of the chaotic situation. You're putting me in an awkward situation. We have to be careful with this delicate situation. I've never put my children in a dangerous situation. The military will take over in an emergency situation. He excels in high-pressure situations. We are in a win-win situation. What is your employment situation? Your leadership caused this situation. I've never faced a situation like this before. How can we avoid that situation? You don't understand the situation we're in. Give us some advice after you analyze the situation. He's here to judge the situation. I'll need you to describe the situation. Businesses wanted to exploit the fearful situation. She quickly lost control of the situation. A new situation has arisen. The situation will exist until we fix it. What does the situation require? They got themselves in a bad situation.
Skill. A talent or ability. It takes considerable skill to play the piano. Students are learning basic skills. I quit because I have poor skills. He didn't have the necessary skills for the job. We are practicing our listening skills. School helped me to develop my math skills. She needs to improve her social skills. She has many skills. This job requires certain skills. Children learn new skills easily. Now is the time to apply our skills. When did you master this skill? She shows great skill with a paintbrush. He has little skill as a teacher. He likes to show off his skill in drawing. The skill of teamwork is highly valued. We are in training to improve our skill level. Spread. To open, arrange, or place over a large area, to affect a larger area. Spread out the rags before painting. He carefully spread the fertilizer on his lawn. The fire quickly spread through the building. The rumor is gradually spreading through the community. The cold virus can spread easily. She likes to spread jam on her toast. Unfortunately, cancer has spread all over her body. The odor has spread across the room. The virus can be spread by contact. The news spread throughout the country. The fire spread quickly.
Spring. The season between winter and summer. A coiled piece of metal that returns to its original shape when pressed. She moved to California last spring. They are getting married next spring. This flower blooms in early spring. It's going to be a wet spring. The mattress is made of coiled springs. We love spring weather. She is sitting in the backyard enjoying the spring sun. What a perfect spring day. My kids are enjoying their spring semester. I need to do some spring cleaning. The fashion magazine is bringing out its spring collection soon.
Spring. To move or jump suddenly. She suddenly sprang into action when she heard the fire alarm. He sprang into action. He sprang off the couch when he heard the alarm.
Staff. To provide an organization with workers. The hospital is well staffed.
Staff. A group of people who work for the same company. She is part of the full-time staff. This company has the most experienced staff. I have been a part of the kitchen staff for 5 years. The company has a small staff. They are going to hire additional staff. The company is using bonuses to retain staff. They don't pay their staff enough. He joined the hospital staff last year. Our staff is working many hours. He was treated by an awesome medical staff. The staff cannot do this work without direction. We have 4 staff members on our team. He is seeking a full-time staff position. They were experiencing a staff shortage. The company is going through staff cuts. I was in the staff meeting for 3 hours. She has been on the school staff for 10 years. Statement. Something that is written or said in a formal or official way. a record of financial transactions. She made a simple statement about her unhappiness at work. She is being investigated for giving inaccurate statements. His spokesman issued an official statement. The judge read a signed statement from the witness. I need to review our credit card statement. They were contradicting statements about the accident. The police released a statement on the investigation. She read a statement from the family. The police took a statement from the witnesses. The president made a statement on human rights. She made a statement on behalf of the governor. He issued a statement to the press.
Sugar, a substance in the form of white or brown crystals made from plants to make food and drinks sweeter. Do you prefer raw sugar? There is processed sugar in many foods these days. I like white sugar in my coffee. The recipe calls for granulated sugar. Fruits contain natural sugar. I put 1 teaspoon of sugar in my coffee. She sprinkles sugar on her buttered toast. The cookies contain a lot of sugar. Brazil produces the most amount of sugar in the world.
To make simple syrup, dissolve sugar in water.
I would like a cube of sugar in my tea. Artificial sweetener is sugar substitute. We make sugar cookies during the holidays. He watches his sugar intake because of diabetes. Kids get a sugar high after Halloween. Sugar is made from sugar beets and sugar canes.
Target. Something or someone you try to hurt or destroy. Result. Something you aim to reach. The deer was an easy target for the hunter. The loud plane was an open target for the enemy. She has set a very high target for her career goal. The missile reached its target. The arrow missed the target completely. The shooter hit his target. He was aiming for the target. She had her mind on the target.
Target. To aim an attack or action. Senior citizens are deliberately targeted. Police are actively targeting repeat offenders. The products are targeted at young people. The service is targeted toward the poor.
Text. Written words. I want to see the full text of the story. Please send all communications by electronic text. He edited the text of the story. She printed the text of the whole essay.
Text. To type a message using a mobile phone. He texted me this morning. Please text me your address. Text me when you get near. Do not text and drive. Text me when you're done.
Tough. Difficult. Strong. He is very tough on his athletes. He made a painfully tough decision. She is an incredibly tough woman. You have to be mentally tough to handle it. Are you tough enough to handle it? She's had a tough life. She is tough. He appears tough, but he's not. He is acting tough around you. She remained tough during her treatment. He is tough on his students. They are going through tough times. Don't act tough with me. That was a tough assignment.
Ultimately. Finally, in the end. You are ultimately responsible for your own actions. He ultimately decided to go to college. She ultimately agreed to join the group. He was ultimately found guilty of the crime. She was ultimately convicted of the robbery. Wait. To stay in a place or do nothing until something happens or someone comes. The children have been waiting patiently for ice cream. They waited quietly in their seats. She is anxiously waiting for the airplane to arrive. They have been waiting long. You have to wait for your turn. I cannot wait until tomorrow. I am waiting for my friend. I will wait until 5 o'clock.
Wait. A period of time when you stay in a place or do nothing until something happens or someone comes. There was a long wait for a table at the restaurant. We had a short wait at the doctor's office. It was an agonizing wait for the medical results. We have a long wait at the doctor's office. We have a long wait for the next train.
Wealth. A large amount of money or property. They have great wealth. They have a growing wealth in real estate property. This country has opportunities for economic wealth. They have great wealth. He acquired his wealth from stocks. He lost his wealth because of gambling. How can we generate wealth? He always displays his wealth. He shares his wealth with the local community. He is a man of great wealth.
Whenever. At any time. Whenever you come over, the dog goes crazy. My mom goes to the store whenever there is a big sale. You look very different whenever you take your glasses off. Whenever he comes over, my cat hides. Whenever there is a power outage, my children get scared. We can eat whenever everyone gets hungry.
Whenever. At any time. I'm not busy, so come whenever. I can finish this whenever. We can see the movie whenever.
Whose. Used when asking who something belongs to or is referring to. Whose keys are these? Whose car are we taking? Whose house should we go to? Whose dress do you like better? Whose design did they choose?
Widely. By a large number of people. A lot. The movie star is widely known. Illegal drugs are widely used in this area. Coffee houses are widely available throughout the city. The public widely assumes he is guilty. The family widely blames him for the accident. They widely differ on most political issues. His books are widely read by people of all ages. Germs widely spread throughout the school. Language is widely taught in schools.
Animal, a living creature. We found a dead animal in our yard. My wife thinks our dog is a dumb animal. I gave my daughter a stuffed animal for her birthday. Be careful around dangerous animals. Some chickens are domestic animals. The farmer keeps a lot of animals. Don't forget to feed the animals. He trains animals. Biologists study animal species. Animal behavior is unpredictable. My mom is an animal lover. She fights for animal rights. She fights against animal experimentation. He was arrested for animal cruelty.
Application. The way in which something is used. Written request. Computer program. I finally sent in my job application. We're trying to sell our software application. Our company is accepting applications. I decided to withdraw my application. You can download the application from the internet. Our loan application was approved. He missed the application deadline. Please submit application forms to the front office. The application procedure is very time-consuming.
Apply. To request something in writing. To use. To make a situation relevant. The rules apply equally to all students. The example directly applies to this situation. The directions say to liberally apply the lotion onto the skin. She applies lipstick while driving. The artist decided to apply more paint. We have to apply more force to knock down this wall. Farmers often apply fertilizer to their fields. To solve this puzzle, we have to apply our minds.
Author. Someone who writes books, poems, or articles. He is a best-selling author. Ernest Hemingway is my favorite author. We have never identified the anonymous author of the famous poem. Do you read this author? He often quotes that author.
Author. To write something, usually a book, poem, or article. I authored that article.
Aware. Knowing that something is present or is happening. We are aware of the new school rules. She seemed aware of the surprise party. We were asked to stay aware of the recent burglaries in the area. We are fully aware that this will not be easy. She was barely aware of the dangers up ahead. I was painfully aware of the sad situation. We became increasingly aware that the problem was not going to go away. Good citizens are socially aware. They were aware of crime in that area.
Brown. To turn something brown through cooking. She browned the meat on the stove.
Brown. Having the color of chocolate or coffee. He likes his meat extremely brown. She has dark brown hair. He painted the walls chocolate brown. She brings her lunch in a brown bag. I'll buy brown rice at the grocery store. He has brown hair. Budget. A plan on how money will be spent. Our family lives on a fixed budget. The business has a large budget. We're planning the annual budget. How much is the entire budget? Most of our personal budget goes toward rent. Taxes pay for the government budget. Let's plan our budget. They have a large budget for the project. We are going to present our budget ideas. They need to balance the budget. She went over the budget. My boss has reduced our budget. We can't fit a new car into the budget. We have a budget surplus. I lost my job because of budget cuts. This is the new budget proposal. The project is over budget. Is this in the budget? We're on a tight budget. We're working on the budget for next year. We have a budget of $1 million to complete the project.
Budget. To create a plan on how money will be spent. We have carefully budgeted for a new house. You need to budget sensibly. We have budgeted for a new building.
Cheap, low-priced, low quality. These pants are cheap. I bought the furniture cheap at the garage sale. Houses don't come cheap in this neighborhood. Your jacket looks cheap. Our apartment is extremely cheap. The designer handbag was amazingly cheap at the outlet store. This is comparatively cheap from what I paid. Where can I find a cheap flight? Don't buy cheap beer. I'm looking for cheap clothes. The store sells cheap imports.
City. A large town. I'm from a big city. New York is a bustling city. Rome is an ancient city. Countries compete to become the host city for the next Olympics. When was this city built? This city has really grown. Are you a city boy? They are building a new city block. They need to install more city lights. He has a meeting with the city council. Do you enjoy city life? I live just outside the city limits.
Complicated. Hard to understand. She is a complicated person. The math problem sounds complicated. Their relationship became complicated. The math problem is extremely complicated. My homework is fairly complicated. The situation is highly complicated. She is making things too complicated. Her cell phone is a little complicated. The teacher gave us a complicated equation. He is in a complicated situation. Farming can be complicated work. We followed the complicated recipe. She and her father have a complicated relationship.
County. A part of a state or region. The river runs all the way to the border county. He represents the county. Do you live in this county? All county residents can vote. Contact the county judge. Meet him at the county courthouse.
Deep. Having a long distance from the top of something to the bottom. Having a low voice or sound. Showing strong feelings. The ocean is deep. The boy's voice is deep. The lake is extremely deep. His stories have very deep meanings. The man felt deep anger. She experienced deep happiness.
Depth. The distance between the surface and bottom of something. The divers went to considerable depths. The water depth is 30 feet. The depth is shallow. We tried to reach that maximum depth. My grandmother has poor depth perception. You can still see the bottom of the lake at the maximum depth. The divers will swim to a considerable depth.
Discount. The amount of money taken off the original price. Look for a big discount. The shoes had a huge discount. Do employees get a special discount? Some salesmen give a cash discount. We can use our group discount. The store gives a discount every month. I got a discount at my favorite store. She has a discount card. My mom gets the discount price. We go to discount shops. The table was sold at a discount. He gave me a discount of 20%. The client gets a discount on all purchases.
Display. A visual collection, a public show. The store has an attractive display in the window. Did you see the special display in the courtyard? The visual display includes many colors. Most stores have an in-store display. I'm not comfortable with public displays of affection. The museum had a display of his artwork. Each class will create a historical display. Did you see their display? It's near the display case. The paintings are on display. She loves showing public displays of affection.
Educational. Related to the process of learning, teaching, and gaining knowledge. The students enjoy the new educational toys. The school board is discussing educational assessment. This test measures educational achievement. The educational needs are being met. Her educational experience was low before changing schools. Environmental. Related to the condition that affects the behavior and development of people and things. They discussed the environmental impact of the project. He is looking for the environmental cause of the illness. The company will pay for the environmental damage they caused. She is concerned about environmental protection. The environmental group is fighting the new law. New environmental laws are being considered. Water pollution is a major environmental issue. She works as an environmental scientist. They are debating environmental policy. We need to discuss the environmental concerns of this project. Estate. A piece of land or property owned by a person or family. The money and property of a person who has died. He lives on a large estate near the river. The Queen goes to her country estate during the summer. We visited the royal estate. The government is investigating her personal estate. The family owns an estate in the Hamptons. The government bought the estate in 1951. The oldest son manages the family's estate. He left most of his estate to charity. She inherited half of her father's estate. It took many years to settle his estate. The children fought over their father's estate. She is an estate manager. They are having an estate sale with my grandmother's belongings. There is a lake on the estate. We visited the estate of George Washington on our trip.
File. A collection of papers or documents, usually in a folder or box. Digital information. He has a pile of thick files on his desk. She is reviewing the official files. They spent all day organizing case files. He had to search the court files for the information he needed. I never received his medical files. I can't email a large file. I converted the document to a computer file. How do I create a new data file? Download the program file and install it. I cannot open this audio file. Send me a PDF file. Do you have the master file? We need to remove the infected file. The school has attendance files on all students. He compiled the files before the hearing. The police opened a file on the murder. We need to update your employment file. They are reviewing the file for each candidate. We need to pull the files for these students. He was accused of destroying important files. Your personnel file contains a lot of outdated information. We need to create a file with this information. I uploaded the file. I really need the information stored in this file. I can't open this file. We need to back up the file. I accidentally deleted the file. He helped me recover the file. He encrypted the file. This room contains all of the file cabinets. She has a pile of files on her desk. I need to get more file folders. He changed the file name. I can't access the file server. Make sure the file extension is correct. The file transfer will take all night. There is a lot of information in that file. They will keep my resume on file.
File.
to put information together, to organize, to record officially, to submit, to walk in a line. The records are filed alphabetically. He mentally filed away that bit of information. She filed away her notes for future use. They formally filed a complaint against his boss. They silently filed out of the room. They filed past the memorial. People filed out of the theater. That is filed under history. They are filed by last name. They filed for a marriage license. She filed a complaint with her manager. The students filed into the auditorium. Thousands of people file through the train station every day. The attorney filed the case. They filed an appeal with the court. She filed the application for her visa. He filed a complaint with the police. He filed for a patent on his invention. She filed the registration for her car. She filed the papers before going home.
Flow. The steady and continuous movement or production of something. There was a large flow of melting snow down the mountain. There is adequate flow of water here. They had to turn off the main flow. They are trying to deal with the increasing flow of customer traffic. There is a constant flow of customers in this store. The river has returned to a natural flow. They inspected the river flow. They're concerned about data flow. The system generates a constant flow of data. The dam maintains a consistent flow of water. That Department of Transportation regulates the flow of traffic. They are trying to improve the water flow in this building. The accident greatly restricted the flow of traffic. They tried to stop the flow of debris before it destroyed the fish in the river. They diverted the flow of water away from the problem. Many tools measure the flow of water. They are reviewing the new flow chart. The flow rate of the river is lower than normal. He's concerned about data flow between the different groups. There hasn't been a good flow of information in this program. The water flow through the canyon is high this spring.
Flow. To move in a steady and continuous manner. Their conversation flowed easily. Alcohol flowed freely at the event. The river flows quickly this time of year. The streams flow together at this point. The data flows constantly into this program. The water began to flow into the lake. New information continues to flow in. The stream flows between the two lakes. The river flows across the hillside. Tears flowed from her eyes. They are trying to get the blood flowing to her brain. Water is constantly flowing from the stream. The waterfall flows slowly in the summer. We need to get the electricity flowing again. Their conversation flowed easily. The music flowed well with the scene. Information flowed freely from him. Tears flowed down her face. Traffic isn't flowing well today. That should get your adrenaline flowing.
Forget. To be unable to remember. I completely forgot about my appointment. She will never forget the advice he gave her. She quickly forgot about the promises she made. I can't just easily forget what you did to me. She seems to forget about our plans. He really wants to forget about what happened. I forgot all about that assignment. She completely forgot about her appointment. I would really like to forget that incident. He was able to forget his worries for one night and have fun. I can't believe he forgot your birthday. He always forgets his manners when he drinks. I feel so bad that I forgot your name. He forgot most of the facts immediately.